Welcome to one more installment of the Jones College of Business Tech Tips. This week, we're going to learn how to find a meeting time in Outlook. As we know, when you set up a meeting with your colleagues or other people outside university, one of the most important tasks is to find a time that we can all meet. This could be a virtual meeting or an in-person meeting. So today, I'm going to show you two ways that you can accomplish this. The first one is using Microsoft Outlook Scheduling Assistant. The second one is using Microsoft Outlook Find Time. They are similar, but they work differently. So the Scheduling Assistant works best when you are trying to schedule a meeting among MTSU peers, everybody that works at MTSU that has a Microsoft email account. So in this case, what you do is you can see everybody else's calendars when there are free times, and you select the time that is best for everybody. So this is a visual selection of time that you see the calendars all together and you see, okay, this is the best time to meet. You, as the organizer, you choose the day and time. Automatically, the meeting's invitations are sent, and the participants have the option in the email to accept or decline. Everybody that accepts will have their calendar updated. So let me show you how will this work in the actual Outlook. And here we have Outlook. What you do in this case is you go to the calendar in Outlook, you select new meeting right here, new meeting. When you select new meeting, you get a screen that you say, what is the title of this meeting? For example, discuss new curriculum. And then you have the participants, very important. You type the participants. Cameron will be one. I'm going to say Angie, for example, the other person, Andrea Kelton. So we have 3 people in here. Now, you can have more people than this. The important thing here is that you can now click in Scheduling Assistant right here at the top, and Outlook will show you all the different participants in this meeting. That is Andrea, Angie, Cameron, and Carlos. And it will show the busy times, and it will also show the free times. And you can pick, oh, okay, at 3 p.m. we can meet today because nobody's meeting at that time. And that's how this works. So if you select that time, say 3:30 p.m. to 4, and that's it. That's the time that you're going to do. Go back to meeting in here. Notice that the time is already set to 3:30 to 4. You select a location, enter a message, send email, and everybody will get the invitation and can select accept, decline, maybe. So that's one way that you can schedule a meeting to find a time what is best to work for everybody. One thing that this is important, this will work best when everybody has their Outlook calendar updated. If somebody's not entered the dates and times, then it might not work the best. Don't save changes, okay? So that's the first option. The second option is the Find Time, and this is different. This is like working with Doodle. Some of you have been using Doodle for a while. This is like working with Doodle, basically, in which emails are sent to all the participants with the different times that they are available that you can meet, and everybody picks what times they are available. Basically, in this case, you can pick the time that most everybody can meet, or in this case, Find Time can also automatically schedule the meeting based on whatever is the first time that everybody agrees on. Can be done automatically. We're going to see that. Emails are automatically sent, calendars are updated, everybody can select, accept, or decline the meetings, okay? So let's go see how this works. This requires a little few more steps than the previous option. So in here, you go actually to compose a new email. Compose new email. And in here, you enter the people involved in this meeting that you want to find the time. I'm going to select Cameron Collins again, Angie again. This game, I'm going to select Stuart Fowler, for example. And you can also email people outside your organization. For example, I'm going to select this person outside the organization. And then at this time, you're going to say, for example, let's meet to talk about the upcoming event. Hit enter. And then, of course, you put a subject in here. And then here you have this option that says new scheduling poll, find time. This is what you need to use. You click in there, and right here, the Microsoft Outlook shows the scheduling poll or find time. It says the duration of the meeting is 30 minutes. And it starts with today. Okay, I can meet today at 3:30. That's one time selected. Let's go, what other times can we select? Let's go see the next day, oh no, that's a Saturday, no, a Sunday, no, a Monday. Monday, we have several times that we can meet. So in here, we can meet, for example, at 8:30 is too early, 9 or 9:30. And now we have 3 times that we can meet. Let's go select Tuesday. Well, actually, let's go select 10 a.m. But the idea is that you can go through the different dates and select the time that you can meet. Next, and this is important, here it shows you a summary of the dates that you have picked that you can meet. On Friday, on Monday, those 3 times, we have a total of 4 times that we can pick from. If the meeting takes place in a specific location, you can type the room number, BAS S219, for example. Or if it is a virtual meeting, you just select there and automatically sends a link to create a Teams meeting. Very important, and here is when you need to pay attention. Under the poll settings, here is when there are several features that are important that you understand. The first one is this one. Schedule when attendees reach consensus. If everybody agrees on a time, in this case, if you check that box, Find Time will automatically schedule the meeting for everybody. Send emails, everybody can agree or decline the meeting. Okay? That's one option. I normally prefer the organizer to select the meeting, so I uncheck that. Hold selected times on my calendar, because you are saying, okay, I can meet in the future, in this day, in the next week, these or other dates. You want to hold those times so no other people can schedule times in those future days. So you can do that. Notify me about poll updates. You as the organizer is going to start receiving emails of people checking the time, so you know when somebody or most everybody have answered your poll. Require attendees to verify their identity. That's optional. If you are sending emails to other people outside your organization, then you don't need to do that. Log poll for attendees, meaning that once the attendees select some days and times, they cannot go back and change. If you lock it, they cannot change it. So that's pretty much all. And now you click Create Poll. And this is the information that gets added to your email in here. Scheduling poll, 30 minutes duration, 4 time options, vote. And you can put some more email and then send the email to everybody. And everybody gonna get this email, click on vote, and a screen is gonna appear, and then you can see that. So let's go see how will this work in a meeting. So I'm gonna send this again. Notice here I got a previous email from a previous vote that I did. So I'm gonna say vote. So you get an idea how this looks. Of course, this is a previous event. So probably it's gonna say me that this event is in the past. But you get the idea. This invite has already been scheduled. And noticing here are my time that I selected. here is Cameron, here is somebody else, Mason, and there is a red X means that we cannot meet at that time, but there is a green check mark or a heart. Green check mark or a heart means we are okay, we can meet at that time. If you look across, you can see that in this day, Cameron cannot meet. In this time, Cameron and Mason can meet, and the third day, nobody can meet. So this will be the best time, the 10:30 a.m. And there is a button in here that says schedule meeting. When you click in there, automatically emails are sent, and everybody gonna get the email telling to accept or decline the meeting. And this is basically what you see. You can see all your polls in here, etc. But that's how this works. Here is another summary that you get when after people have voted. You get a summary like this that shows on this date, Carlos can meet, Mason can meet, but Cameron cannot meet, so that's not a good day. In this other day at 10:30, in this case, a green check mark or a heart are okay, so everybody can meet in the medium date. In this one, Cameron and Mason cannot meet. So you select this one, and then you click on send, it opens the email, and you go through the process of scheduling the meeting. So that's how this works. So those are the two options that you have to schedule meeting, to find a time to create a meeting using Microsoft Outlook. As always, feel free to call me. Here's my phone number if you need it. Call me, email me. I can give you more information about how to work with a scheduling assistant or find meetings. Thank you very much. This concludes this presentation.